Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, JAYDA'S Bead Boutique. My name is Jada. Hi if you're new. So before we get into the video, I know you guys have seen on the title, I will be doing a giveaway. I just want to thank you guys so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I love each and every one of you guys, and I'm thanking each and every one of you guys for supporting me, rocking with me, watching my videos, liking, commenting. Even if you don't do that, if you're just a silent viewer, I am so thankful for you guys, and I love you guys so much. So in honor of making it to 1,000 subscribers and thanking you guys for getting me there, I am going to be doing a giveaway. So I just want to go ahead and go over the rules as well as show you guys what I'm going to be giving away. So what I'm going to be giving away, I am going to be giving away one item from each collection that I've done so far since I've started my business. So in the last year, if you guys have been supporting me for a year, then a lot of these items will look very familiar to you guys, but I'm going to be giving away one item from each collection. So I'm going to be giving away a Valentine's Day bead confetti. I'm going to be giving away a springtime bead kit, as well as some different bracelets from each collection that I've done so far. And yeah, it's going to be super nice. I'm really excited to do this giveaway. It's going to be 5 winners. So now we can just go ahead and go over the rules. So one, you have to obviously be subscribed to my YouTube channel, as well as following me on my TikTok and Instagram page. And lastly, all you have to do is comment down below #JBeads and you're entered. I'm gonna go ahead and put everyone's name into a wheel, and I will randomly select 5 of you guys to get these items. I thought it would be super cool. I thought about this and I'm like, you know what, let me give you guys one item from each collection that I've done so far. I have some extras that just kind of sit around, and I'm like, you know what, might as well give them to you guys. So that is what we're going to be doing. If you guys have been wanting to support me and you couldn't, this is the perfect time for you guys to try and get these items. And yeah, so this will be going on for 2 weeks. So starting today, you have the time to go ahead and put in your, enter into the giveaway. So you can go ahead and comment down below, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following, and you're entered. You have 2 weeks to do that. So the time to enter will end on October 11th, and then October 12th, I will announce the winners in the video that will go up on the 12th, which is a Sunday. So yeah, and I will contact you, and you can go ahead and email me my or email me your address, and just to verify that it's you. But pretty much that is what we're gonna be doing. I'm super excited and just very happy. And once again, I love you guys so much, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of you guys. Also, if you don't want to enter the giveaway, or if you don't win the giveaway, I do have a code. So I'm gonna also be giving you guys 30% off of the new launch that's up, as well as everything else that is on my site. So 30% off for a week. It will be starting today and it will end next Sunday. And the code is 1,000 subbies. I will put that on the screen so that you guys can go ahead and have that. And if you want to go ahead and get anything off the site, link is down below, and you guys have that code for a week. That is my thank you to you guys as well. So without further ado, we can go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so first we're gonna go over the different items that you're gonna need to make earrings, because I'm gonna focus mainly on the earrings, and if we have some time, I'll make the matching bracelets. Some of the matching bracelets I actually already have on my site, so we're just gonna make a pair of earrings to match those bracelets. But you're gonna need beads. I'm gonna be using glass beads. You can use whatever beads you'd like to use. I've seen people use seed beads, pony beads to make earrings, whatever beads you like to use. But the most common beads to use for earrings are glass beads. So I have a bunch of different ones here because I'm just gonna kind of randomly make different designs. I also have different shaped beads. So what I like to do with earrings is have not only your standard round bead, but I also like to have different shaped beads to kind of give the earrings, you know, some dynamic, some shape to them. And yeah, I also have like, you know, shinier beads, you know, just to kind of give the earrings different looks. So that is what we're gonna need as far as beads. I also have some bead caps here. You can find these on Amazon in different jewelry stores. I get them from my bead supplier. They come free when I order glass beads. So yes, I'm not sure if I'm gonna completely use these yet, but I do have them. You're also gonna need some earring bags. I don't even know if you can see these. Yes, you can. You're gonna need some earring bags, obviously, to hold them on the card if you're putting them on earring cards, or just so that you can put them on and they don't go anywhere. I also have different shaped like shinier beads, so like some gold smaller beads, once again just to give the earrings some pizzazz. That is, yes, that's all you're gonna need for beads and making the earrings as far as looks wise. Now to actually make them, you're going to need earring hooks. So they look like so. You can make earrings with earring hooks. You can make them with lever backs. I have lever backs as well, but I'm not going to be using those in this video. I'm just going to be using hooks, and I have gold and silver, and they come in different kinds, different styles. So this is another style. You're also going to need flathead pins. They also have the round end pins, but I'm going to be using flathead pins. These you can get at any craft store. They have a flat end. I don't even know if you can see that, but they have a flat end. And so I have, once again, gold and silver to match the hooks. And lastly, you're going to need actual wire tools. So I have some wire cutters. You're going to need these. You're going to need some round nose pliers, as well as some flat head pliers. So yes, these are not needed. So really, you just need these three. So that is everything that you will need to make your earrings. So let's go ahead and get into the actual tutorial. Okay, so the first set of earrings we're gonna make is going to match this bracelet. This is my sweater weather marble. It's orange and like blue, really pretty. I'm gonna just set that here so that I have, you know, I can look at it. I have the rest of the beads in this pack. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out a few of that same bead. I'm pretty sure I'm only gonna need one of the bead for each, but I'll go ahead and pull it out anyways. We'll do 4. This mix has a few different colors as well, like crackle beads. So I'm actually gonna pull out this one. It's like orange on one side. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. It's kind of orange a little bit, probably not. But I'm gonna pull that out. It's orange on one side and blue on the other. That one's not. Let's see, that's one. Okay, so we'll pull out one of those, and then There's also little small orange ones, so we'll go ahead and pull one of those. And I think we'll be good. Anyways, so I have the different different beads that we're gonna use. Then the second thing that I like to kind of take into consideration is what color looks best against the shade the beads are. So this is like orange and blues, and to me silver is not really gonna go with that. I think we can do gold. It just kind of goes with the orange, so we're gonna do gold for that. So I'm just gonna pull out 2 of our flathead pins and put those there, and then we can go in here, and I'm going to grab a few. Let me bring the light down a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna bring out a few of these, just 2 obviously for each ear. So that's 1 and 2. Lastly, I look at different beads that are in here. If I have spacers, I'll go with some spacers. But at the moment, I think I'm just gonna go with maybe a gold bead on the very, very top. So I try and find 1 or 2 that are similar. That's 1. Let's see. Those 2 are similar. This is a spacer. If I can find another one of those, we can use that, which I just saw. I probably should separate these. There we go. So those are spacers. And yeah, I have a bunch of different ones. Once again, you can get these off of Amazon. You can get spacers off of Amazon. These little tiny things are technically considered spacers. They're beads, but they're really considered spacers. And yeah, so if you, that's cute, but I don't think I need that. Anyways, all of this can be found on Amazon. Once again, I got mine from my bead supplier. They give all of this for free with your order. This is more silver than gold, so I don't need this. All right, I think we're good. I see some more spacers in here that I think would go a little better. So I'm gonna set them here, but if not, then we'll use the other ones. All right. So now you have what you think you want to put on your earrings. You can go ahead and start kind of putting things together, looking at what looks best. This is what I take most of my time on. So I'm gonna take this marbled bead and I'm gonna put it on here like so. And let's do a spacer. I don't know if this one's gonna look good. We might use the flat one. Yes, let's use the flat one. Let's do flat spacer. Let's do this clear shade. Not the clear shade, but the crackle bead. And then we can do, maybe we can use the smaller one in between. So that, and then, So as I said, you really just take your time and decide what looks best. So for me right now, this is what I'm looking at. I'm not completely sure, and it's not set in stone until I decide. So I can take this off. We can do this and one of these small ones on top, like so. And I think I like it the other way. So we can do that small spacer, this orange crackle bead, and then maybe the small one. This is obviously going to be a longer earring. But I like, when I make my earrings, I like them to have some dynamic. I've been making earrings for a while, like for personal customers, so they order from me personally, and I just make them, and I'll take a picture and say like, hey, what does this look like to you? Do you like this? And we'll go from there. But yeah, I think I like this, and if not, then we can just do this. I'm gonna go ahead and start making the other one, and then we'll make a final decision. So putting the marble bead, and then going with the spacer and the crackle bead on top. Boop. And then the smaller spacer and the orange crackle bead. And then once again, we're deciding here if we want that on top or we want it plain. See, this is when I wish that I can ask you guys. Let's see. Me personally, I'm gonna go with this one. Here, we'll go with this one. So we'll put the gold bead on top. All right, so we've gotten these together. Now is our time to use our tools. So you're gonna use your wire cutters. I got all of my tools from Hobby Lobby. They're all by the brand Cousin. Yes, they're all by the brand Cousin. So these are your wire cutters. So you're gonna pretty much use these to trim your wire. This is too much wire to put on to one of these hooks. It's gonna be too much, so I'm just gonna clip a little bit away, just a tad. And then if I decide that that's still too much, then I'll go back in and clip some more. But I want to make sure I have enough to create my loop. So now there's two things you can do here. So with this kind of hook, the hook here is already done. Now these earring hooks, let's see if I can grab one out of here. They're all tangled together. Okay. With these earring hooks, it's open. So I do my earrings a little differently with one that's open, if you guys can see that, compared to one that has a closed loop. Now, the closed loop ones, usually you're able to open it. So you would take either your round nose or your flat, depending. The round nose fits better. And you can open it so that you can put whatever you need to put in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because it makes life a lot easier. But sometimes you can just leave your loop that you're gonna make on your pin for your earring. You can leave that open and just hook it on and close it. But I'm just gonna open this up a little bit like so. Have that sitting there ready. So as I said, I make earrings all the time, but I do not record myself doing this, so I've never actually sat and explained how to make them. So this might be a little all over the place, but you're gonna take your round nose, and you are going to take it and hold on. Okay, so you're gonna put it on your pin like so, and you're gonna bend towards you. It should create a L shape. Yes, like so. Then once you bend it toward you, you are going to then bend back the other way and go all the way until you create a loop. Now, as I said earlier, I have a little extra on here, and if I needed to cut it, I would cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my wire cutters, and I'm just going to clip a little bit off. And I'm going to go back and create my loop. So you're just going to bend the wire and create your loop. I may need to cut some more off. I'm going to go ahead and cut some more. You don't want to cut too much because then you have to start over. So I'm just going to chip away very slowly. I'm going to use the end of my needle nose pliers or round nose pliers just so that I can, there we go, get this loop as small as possible. I don't like when the end of my earrings have like a huge loop. I just don't like the way it looks. So I like to have a really small loop. And then I'm just gonna go in and close it because it's still open. Let's see, close, close, close. There we go. So now we have our earring with our loop at the end, if you can see that. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my hook and open it up. My loop may be a little too small, so let's see. Let's open it up. Gonna open it and hook this through, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Doo-doo-doo. Go ahead and close it. This one I like to use my flat ones because it just makes it a lot easier for me to get things closed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close that on that end like so. And then I'm gonna close my loop so that we have our earrings nice and done. All right, and then we have our earring on our loop or our hook on the earring, and that is pretty much the earring. Super cute. I'm gonna go ahead and do that again silently because clearly you can tell that I don't explain this, or I haven't explained how to do this to anyone. So yeah, we're gonna do this silently. A lot of you guys are visual, so go ahead and clip that. There we go. my loop on this side was a lot better than my loop on the other side. Clearly, as I said, you can tell I do not do this talking. So much better. Your loop should look like this when you do it. Whoa, there you go, if you guys can see that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and once again open this up because I did close my loop off. Just open it up so that I can get this hook in there, and then we can go ahead and close it. Let's see. And you're good to go. I'm gonna take my flats once again because I like to use that to close. It just makes things a lot easier. And there you go. You have your earrings. So those match. One second. This bracelet here. I'm going to most likely go back and redo the other one because I do not like the way the loop turned out on the first one, but these are the matching earrings. These will be up on the site, so if you want to cop both of them, these are the matching earrings to the bracelet. And yes, let's go ahead and get into the next one. Oh wait, I forgot, completely forgot. So if you are selling your earrings, you will need earring cards. So these are the cards that I use. They are for earrings as well as necklaces. And I like to stamp my handmade stamp on the card. I usually just use a standard color, or I'll use pink. I think now I'll probably use blue. Or actually no, we'll use green. Because it is fall time, and yeah. Anyways, either way it goes, I use a stamp that is right here, and it says handmade on it. I just like to stamp my earring cards. It's just something I do. Obviously not necessary, but yes, I stamp my earring cards. I'm gonna go ahead and go with blue. I know it took me forever to decide, but it does match the earrings, so we'll go ahead and use the blue stamp. And I just put it on there, boom. And we have our earring card. I go ahead and take the earrings and I put them on here. I use the top one just because they're long. If they're long, I put them on this top portion. And then we're going to take 2 earring backs. And yes, we're going to put them on here like so. And I'm just going to put the earring backs on here so they don't go anywhere. Boom. So I have that one. And then go ahead and put this one on there. And you have your earrings. And I also, not only do I put them on a card, I like to put them in a baggie so that they look nice and clean. So I use these clear bags, and for shipping purposes I just put them inside the clear bag. Hold on, there we go. And yeah, I just peel this backing and fold it down. we have our earrings. So that is how I make earrings. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few more. So let's get into the next set of earrings. Okay, so the next bracelet we are going, not bracelet, see how I am so used to making bracelets. Anyways, the next earring we're gonna make is going to match my Blair bracelet. This is like a purple and green, just really fall vibe bracelet. I love this bracelet so much. So I have the pack that comes with the beads that I used to make that bracelet. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick out 2 of those because I'm only going to need 2. There's also a darker bead in that mix that does go, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that one out, as well as one of these clear, like iridescent beads for each one. I'll go ahead and put that there, just making sure they're the same because these have different designs. Okay. And also, I'm going to use one of these because as you can see, there's green in this bracelet. So I'm going to use some green beads. I'm just debating if I want to use one of these or one of these. So to figure that out, I'm just going to go ahead and pick out one of each and we'll go from there. I have some in this bead mix, so I'm just going to take out the green ones out of here. They're like hiding from me right now. Of course, they're like all the way off the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these out. Jeez. Okay, there's one. And where's the other? Maybe there was only one in here. Oh no, there's 2. Okay. 2. So we have those, or okay, for these, and I'm just gonna pull these off of the strand. There we go. And with these, I'm gonna be using silver pins because I like the way the silver looks. So silver, and I guess I already have 2 of these out, so we can use these instead of these. Yeah. All right. So now, same thing, I'm gonna go ahead and just go through my different packets, different things that I have, and find some different spacers and things that I can use. And I may not even have the proper spacers, so we might just use, yeah, because these are really tiny. We may just use a bead, a regular bead, and call it a day, because, yeah, there's nothing in here. We can check this one. Okay, maybe this. And there's another one in here. Maybe those. Just want to make sure they match. Yep, that one matches. I wish we can use these, but they have little loops on them for you to attach things to them, and we don't need that. So there's one silver spacer. Oop, I dropped something. Okay, so I don't see anything that we can use. So we're going to make do with what we have. So, once again, you're going to take your pen and you're just going to kind of decide, that probably looks good. That looks good. You know, just kind of rearrange the beads. Look at what you think would go on here. We can even split these up since we don't have a spacer and use the green as our like separation, you know. If we wanted to, we can use the clear to separate our beads. It just depends on what we want to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of play around with it, and then I'll come back. All right, so I've figured out what pattern I wanted to do or design. As I said, like, it takes time, you know, you kind of play around with the beads and you figure out what looks best. But I actually ended up using some bead caps to use as spacers because I am out of silver spacers. So bead caps it was, and they came out really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the earrings now. So as I said before, you're going to take your wire cutters, and you are going to snip off some of the wire. You're going to take your round nose pliers, and you're going to make a loop. So you're going to bend the wire towards you and then bend it back the other way to make a loop. And I think we're good. You're just going to keep going until you make a loop. And we have a loop like so. And with these, as I said, you can go ahead and just put them through. Sometimes, let's see if my loop is big enough to push this through. Nope, so we're gonna have to open it up just a little bit to put this through. And then I'm gonna take my flat head pliers and I'm just gonna go ahead and close it off because that's all it needs, is just to be closed off. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this back. Let's go ahead and close that, and we're good. Go ahead and make sure that I use these pliers to close it up a little more. I switch between pliers, just whichever ones are helpful at the moment is what I go with. And that is the earrings. Super pretty. I actually love the way these turned out, and they definitely do match the earrings. I mean, the bracelet very, very well. So just to kind of reiterate with these hooks, the end that you put your earring on, it's gonna be open. So what I was doing, just because I feel like I didn't explain it properly, I took my flat head pliers and I just closed it off like so. Just closed it so that nothing comes out and so that our earring is secure. I can just go ahead and open that back up, and we're gonna finish this one off. This is spinning on me very badly. There we go. So once again, it's a little too long. I'm just gonna go ahead and snip it off, like the smallest amount, because we still want to be able to close this properly. So just a little bit. And go ahead and close this off. I'm going to leave it open just a tad because once again we have to put this through. Open it up just a little more. Gonna go ahead and put it through, close it, flathead, close it, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish this earring and then come back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished these earrings off on camera. I'm gonna go ahead and take my green stamp now, and I'm just going to get my stamp covered, my green ink for my stamp. I'm gonna go ahead and just cover that, make sure it's good, and then I'm just gonna stamp this. Boom. And let it dry for a second. Just gonna fan it, fan it, fan it. I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 earring backs, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there. I just want to make sure this is dry before I do so. And it is. So put these earrings on here, just put the backs on the card. Boom. And then put these here. And they're on the card. And these are our Evelina, or not Evelina, Blair. These are our Blair earrings to match our Blair bracelet. I think these came out really pretty, and I kind of like these a little better than the last one. These are super pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and make one more earring to match a bracelet, and we will be done. So let's go ahead and start our next pair of earrings. Okay, so our last bracelet, as I was calling Blair Evelina, this is our Evelina bracelet. I'm gonna go ahead and make earrings to match that bracelet. And the, what do you call it? The beads are here. I'm thinking for this one, we can actually, I'm gonna move these out of the way because we're not using these green ones. I'm gonna keep these here because I think we're gonna use these, but I can go ahead and use these little bead decoration thingies. That's what I call them because, yeah. I'm gonna take one of each, or one bead for that. There we go. And let's see, maybe that one's a little better. It matches the other one a little better. Okay, and then I'm gonna take one of the smaller beads. There. And yeah, we're not gonna do anything else. I'm gonna go ahead and obviously we're using silver again. I'm gonna get my silver pins. And with this, you actually have to put the bead inside of it. So, like so. And hold on. Like so. And then you're going to string this together. Let's see if I can get this on first try. It actually took me a while when I was making the bracelet, so. Let's see. I'm gonna do this off camera as well, and then I will come back. All right, you guys, so as I said, I was gonna do these earrings off camera. I actually ended up making some wired earrings. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see how to make wired jewelry. I actually just got into it, and I'm gonna test this out. I'm gonna put it on my site and see if any of you guys like it. But yes, I think it came out so pretty. It's different, and I feel like my Evelina bracelet is different anyways, so this came out super cute and I'm really excited about it. So I did it off camera. One, my camera died and these spacers were giving me a hard time, so I just decided to go ahead and do it off camera. But it's beautiful. I love the way these came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on a card. I'm gonna get a card out. Let's see. Where are my earring cards? There we go. And I'm going to clean off my stamp, and I'm gonna pick purple this time around for my ink. And yeah, I'm just gonna get my stamp together with the purple ink. I just think that's cute. These came out, I was not expecting that to happen. Let me know down in the comments, like, this is me experimenting. I'm trying to, you know, add different new things into or on my shop, into my Etsy, and let me know what you guys think. These definitely took me some time, but yeah, they're super cute and I love them a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the card so that we can display them properly. But yeah, this is just your sign if you're thinking about doing something different, and it doesn't even have to be something for a business. You know, if you're on the fence about doing something different or trying new things, like, go for it, because you never know, like, how it will turn out. Because this was definitely something that was not planned. But anyways, this is our last set of earrings. Once again, I'm sorry my camera died and I ended up doing something completely different. But yes, this is our last set of earrings. Super cute. All right, you guys, we have made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun making these earrings with you guys, and I just want to recap on the bracelets and earrings. They're on my site separately, but they can be bought as a matching set. So this is our sweater weather marble. This is the bracelet, and this is the earrings, or these are the earrings to match it. And then we have our Blair earrings and bracelet, super cute. And lastly, we have our Evelina bracelet and earrings. And as I said, I made these wired earrings. They're super cute. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. Super cute. I love them. And they go very well with the bracelet, because this bracelet is a little unique, you know? So, very, very cute. So, that is everything we made today. I am so grateful for you guys. Once again, a recap on hitting 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy and excited for what the future has in store for us. Also, make sure that you remember to enter into the giveaway if you'd like to. And remember that you must be subscribed to the channel, following me on TikTok and Instagram, and commenting down below hashtag JBeads, not only to be featured in comment of the day, but to be entered into the giveaway. So speaking of comment of the day, here's the comment of the day for today's video. And yes, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.